body could retain his soul. The moment the technique disappeared, Yan Feng collapsed, and several parts of his 3 souls and 7 spirits began drifting toward Yudu. Qinmu quickly used the soul summoning guide to pull them back, but the emperor's body remained too weak to hold them securely. Lie Tianxing soon returned once again, threatening to kill the emperor if Qinmu had nothing new to show. Qinmu sealed Yan Feng's senses and activated the Zhen Xingjun Earth Earl True Art. Behind him appeared the Gate of Heavenly Inheritance and a mysterious book written in the language of Yudu. Even Lie Tianxing, despite his vast knowledge and experience as a former sect master, had never seen this version of the technique. Qinmu then opened a third eye between his brows and examined Emperor Yan Feng's body on a spiritual level. He discovered that the emperor's injuries were far worse than simple physical wounds. Every divine treasure within his body had collapsed, his primordial spirit had been severely damaged, and his 3 souls and 7 spirits had been scattered by a terrifying attack. This was the true reason his soul could no longer remain inside his body. Even if Qinmu fully healed the emperor's physical injuries, the shattered soul and primordial spirit would still prevent his recovery. Lie Tianxing was deeply shocked and admitted that he had never learned such an eye technique from the great educational, heavenly devil scriptures. After carefully considering the problem, Qinmu concluded that observing the emperor from outside was not enough. He proposed combining the phantom devil shadow art with the Dharma heaven mustard seed art, allowing them to shrink their bodies, transform into shadows, and enter Emperor Yan Feng directly. From inside, they would be able to examine his damaged divine treasure's soul and primordial spirit more thoroughly and search for a way to save him. Qinmu challenged Lie Tianxing by asking whether she truly knew how to enter another person's body. Annoyed by his tone, Lie Tianxing claimed that she naturally understood the method. Qinmu then grabbed her hand, and the two simultaneously activated the Phantom Devil Shadow Art and the Dharma Heaven Mustard Seed Art. Their bodies rapidly shrank until they became 2 tiny shadows, allowing them to enter Emperor Yan Feng's body through the space between his brows. Their first destination was the Spirit Embryo Divine Treasure, which had been almost completely destroyed. The Spirit Embryo and Spirit Platform were shattered while the sky and ground were covered in enormous cracks. Blood poured into the damaged divine treasure like waterfalls, and a powerful sword, Intent, continued flying through the area, destroying everything it touched. Lie Tianxing immediately recognized it as the sword Intent of the Dao sect master. At Qinmu's request, she used the multidimensional spatial sealing art to create countless layers of spatial cages and successfully sealed the sword Intent inside. She proudly claimed that merely knowing the technique's name was different from being able to use it. However, Qinmu immediately reproduced the same spell. Although his cultivation was not strong enough to contain the sword Intent, he understood the calculations and spatial structure behind the technique. He confidently declared that his knowledge of the great educational heavenly devil scriptures was no less than hers, and might even surpass it. The two then entered the 5 Wonders Divine Treasure. Inside, 5 great Buddhas representing the 5 celestial bodies remained among the ruins. Lie Tianxing used the Red Lotus Devil Heart Curse to destroy them with devil fire. Qinmu once again copied her technique, but his version contained genuine karma fire and was even purer than hers. Its power was weaker only because his cultivation realm was lower. When they arrived at the 6 Harmonies Divine Treasure, they found that it had also been severely damaged. Fragments of a heavenly realm floated inside, while gods and Buddhas continued attacking the divine treasure. Lie Tianxing concluded that Emperor Yan Feng was beyond saving. Even if Qinmu managed to revive him, all his divine treasure